Hey everyone, my name is Dr. Jake Filkins, and I just returned back to Minnesota, where I practice in the Minneapolis-St. Paul region. I spent a weekend in Atlanta at Roberto Monaco's Influencing from the Front. For me, this is my 5th time being around Roberto, and what's been really cool is I have seen him at different capacities. This was my 2nd time being at his full seminar. I've been at places where I've seen Roberto present for a couple hour sessions. I've seen him give one longer presentation. And so I've enjoyed seeing him in different avenues. What I think is so incredible about his program and his seminars are being able to be at them with different headspace or different maturity, with different outcomes that I'm looking for. Let me give you more of an example. The first time that I saw Roberto present, I was an intern at chiropractic school, so I don't even know really which way I'm going with life. My head's spinning, trying to just get the doctoral thing down. But it really resonated with me having somebody say, you really should think about the people you're talking to. How are you presenting? As somebody that naturally speaks very fast with a little bit of a mush mouth mumble, thinking about the presentation resonated with me. Then I saw Roberto again about 6 months into practice, maybe a year into practice, and it was a moment where I'm doing the doctor thing. I've gotten better at talking to people because I started speaking to patients daily, so my ability to learn was different. I took something out of that presentation that I had not taken out the first time. Then the third time that I spent with Roberto was my first time attending his Influencing from the Front full weekend, 30 plus hours of Roberto giving you 1000% energy, and holy cow, it was such an incredible experience. This was about 2 months before COVID, so we all were still in person. We had no idea what was going to happen with the world. And at the time, I had just purchased my first practice. So I am now a business owner. Things, let's say, matter more because now I have some equity stake in making sure that I can pay bills and employees and team members and the bank and all those things. And I completely reworked a presentation that I gave for a specific type of talk. Roberto taught me so much then, and then when I went back here this last time, I would say that it was such an exponential learning experience, an exponential retaining experience that I had, because I have a completely different practice now than what I had in 2019. My objectives of what I want to accomplish are completely different now than what they were in 2019. What I thought going into this weekend was going to be looking through my previous weekend notes from back then of, man, Roberto gave me this awesome story that I want to use in this example, and I was really eager to hear it again. The amazing thing about influence from the front and communicating and storytelling and how to actually frame a presentation is that nothing is cookie cutter. Yes, the outline is there, but the plug and play makes everything unique. So I ended up having a whole bunch of more stories to gravitate from and pull from. But why I think that this seminar is so productive and why I talk to other business owners or people in my professional or personal life that I know that give presentations about this is the ability to connect with the audience, the ability to think about who am I speaking to, what outcomes do I want them to get from me, and what is the best way to go from A, being my information, to B, the consumer or receiving end. Because I think in a lot of avenues, that thought process isn't being done. So in closing, influencing from the front makes me a better communicator in all aspects of my life. It makes me a better communicator in the 5 minutes of table talk, I call it, the 5 minutes of my individual adjustment experience. Influencing from the front already 3 weeks later has made me a better presentation, better presenter for the report of findings that I have with my patients. My wife has already commented that I'm a better communicator because I have now, for the first time, this always thought of you versus me. What are you hearing versus focusing on what I'm trying to present? And that has been a fundamental shift. So if you are watching this, however you're watching this video, wherever you're watching this video, getting to Atlanta and spending a weekend with Roberto to focus on how you can change somebody's life, or how you can focus on changing somebody's house purchasing experience, how you can focus on whatever your career field is, how can you better influence people? How can you better change people for a positive thing? And that's what influencing from the front is about.